Module 2, goal setting. Now, we just covered identity. That is essentially like the foundation, the most important thing out of them all. Goal setting ties into it. Now, they both tie into something called alchemy of self. That is the third or fourth module, I believe. The reason we have that is to essentially put them both together into one that we can then essentially like install into our life and into our brain, our system internally, etc. Right? Because what's the point in writing our goals, our identity, and going on with our day? What's the point, right? If we don't actually bring it into our routine, our day-to-day, look at it every day and believe in it and speak it into existence, what are we accomplishing, right? That's where alchemy of self comes into. Now, I want to cover goal setting because this is crucial, right? I'm sure a lot of you guys, like guys, girls, have, written goals down, on your piece of paper. I want this and this and this and this, whatever, right? Goal set. Some of you may be good at it. Some of you may be fucking shit at it, right? But essentially, like, I'm sure a lot of you guys have wrote goals and you have never accomplished them before, right? Fair to say, maybe I'm wrong. Sure, no worries, right? But ultimately, the reason as to why a lot of these goals that you write, whether you're unsure of what goal to write or you don't accomplish them, is because they are not aligned with your subconscious and your identity. What I mean is, if I was to, for example, I'm saying that, in my mind, my conscious brain is like, I want to be rich, right? It's like the goal is I want to be rich. But then when I'm speaking to someone else and I say, if I'm able to, achieve these things and if this goes well for me and hopefully I'm able to do this, what kind of language is that? Uncertain language, right? Now, when you speak, it's usually subconscious, right? Like if you're just chatting about stuff, it's normally subconscious. If I'm speaking with uncertain language from my subconscious, does that mean that my goals are truly believed in here? Probably not, right? So like we want to create goals that align with our subconscious and our identity, because that means that it's like, think of like parallel. It's like goals are here, identity is here, like everything is aligned, and it means that we can chase purpose and feel fulfilled when we're chasing these goals, right? So we want to align them with the subconscious. Now we can't do that until our identity is uncovered, right? Hence why we covered it in the first module. Once the identity is established, we can look at goals. The most important thing to understand with goals is the more specific the more specific you are with your goals, the more likely. Now, what do I mean by that? Exactly how it's said. The more specific I set the goal, the higher the chance is for me to accomplish it. If I say I want to make more money, what does that mean? What does it mean? If I say I want to make 10K a month in the next 3 months and that's going to benefit me and my family and give me freedom, is that specific? Yes. Why is that better? Like, think about it for a second. Why is that better? Well, because I have direction. What the fuck? I have direction, clarity, and much more certainty behind the goal because it's specific. I know exactly what it is I want. That's what we're aiming for when we're setting goals. So you obviously would have established your new identity, right? So new identity, right? And you have this set here. So you have who you are as a person, etc., right? Right? This is your new page, your identity. Now, once this is established, right, we want to create goals off of the back of that. So for example, you say that you want to be a man of your word. Now, in your goals, you want to be routine, right? You're going to set a routine of, okay, I'm going to go to the gym 5 times a week. So gym 5 times a week. And that has to be aligned with that. So you're a man of your word, so you go to the gym 5 times a week. They align, right? If you don't go to the gym 5 times a week, because you're specific, right? 5 times a week. If you go 4 times, you're not aligned with your identity. So we are now getting this and these aligned together. So what we're going to do is set goals, for example, and you want to be super specific, right? For example, like your body. So I'll scroll this out so we can get like a fucking subheading here. So for example, we want goals of personal. I'll explain in a second. Personal, business, fitness, health, And then, so we want goals like this, right? These are the goals we want. Now, personal, right, is like, so we've got business, fitness, health, right? Personal goals are quite similar to like your identity of who you are as a person. So like, I am like a man of my word, or I will, I will be closer to God. Like be more specific, but like these are like personal goals, like in your life, what means important, like what's important to you. I will treat my friends in a better way. I will, make the time every day to be with family, like personal stuff, right? Goals that you want to have for your life outside of making money and stuff, right? Then obviously business. So for example, sales. So like, 10K a month, 10K a month, for example, right? That's a goal, specific. These kind of things, like you want to be the best sales rep in a company in 6 months, like super specific with what connects and resonates with you. The ultimate thing, right, when we're writing these, establishing clear and specific goals that align with this, the ultimate thing is you have to feel the goals in here. Like, feel the goals. Like, I'm legit, wait. Like, feel them. Now, what I mean is like, if you write 10K a month and that means nothing to you, what is the point of writing it? If you write 7K a month, but that specifically to you means a lot, that's your goal. That is the key to writing effective goals, is feeling them. Actually having them mean something to you, right? Like, why would I write, I want to start a business when I don't? That's just like, what kind of goal is that? Like, if you don't want it, don't write it. As well as that is, if you're writing goals and they feel weird, they feel like you can't achieve them, like you say 10K a month, but it feels like it's quite hard to achieve. Firstly, write it there, write the goal, and then write next to it. So for example, let's say you write 10K a month and it feels like internally, like you want that, but it feels hard to achieve. I want you to write an asterisk next to it, like this, right? Like a little fucking asterisk next to it. Write it there on your goals. For example, 10K a month, you want that, but it feels hard to achieve. Write an asterisk, and you're gonna bring this, right, as well as your identity, on the call with me after your first week of going through the first modules, and we're gonna uncover why that feels uncomfortable. Because this is all well and good to do by yourself, but I'm really gonna enforce this and actually like cement this in your brain. A lot of the work is gonna be done with me and yourself, one-on-one, right? Write your goals. If any of them feel really hard to achieve, like genuinely, like you sit there going, I don't know if I can achieve this, but you want it, write the asterisks, bring it to me, we'll uncover it, right? But ultimately, to take away is the main points, right? Your goals have to be aligned with the subconscious. They have to be, right? The more specific, the more likely. What does that mean? The more specific you get with the goal, the higher chance you have of succeeding and achieving that goal, right? Now, ultimately here, right? Fucking feel the goals. Write them, zoom in on that bitch. Feel the goals. Feel them. Have a connection to each and every goal that you set, right? Now, you're gonna have after this module, you're gonna have your new identity sheet, and then you're gonna have your goal sheet. 2 separate blank pieces of paper, right? I want you to have them there, bring them on the call. You also have an activity to do